family, because we are all kindred spirits with the same goal in mind, to change the world for animals. Now, as many of you have experienced probably, the documentary Earthlings changed my life forever, and I will always be grateful for that. Before Earthlings, I considered myself an animal lover. I rescued dogs, saved spiders, and gazed lovingly at the cows as I walked by them at the experimental farm. I never realized the lie that I was living until my eyes were opened that fateful day. With its blood-curdling graphics and poignant words, Earthlings exposed me to the biggest truth I will ever learn. We cannot love animals and eat them. We cannot love animals and wear them. We cannot love animals and pay for their torture and confinement in all its many forms. Animal rights is not a new concept. Its themes can be traced back to even Roman times, with the use of animals in gladiatorial rings. As Cicero wrote, "What pleasure can there be for a civilized man when either some powerless man is ripped to shreds by a powerful beast, or some magnificent animal is transfixed by a spear?" They had a special affinity for elephants, and people were disturbed by the violence they saw towards them. Animal rights themes can be seen in the Bible and in ancient Hindu and Buddhist scriptures. Many highly esteemed historical figures, like Albert Einstein, Mahatma Gandhi, Leonardo da Vinci, Immanuel Kant, Abraham Lincoln, and even Plutarch, all wrote about the moral obligation we have for animals. Our compassion for animals is a strong part of our nature. It is a natural part of our evolution to include animals in our circle of compassion. With each day, the world grows kinder and less violent, and it's because of individuals like all of you here today, willing to stand up for the voiceless, for the abused, for the oppressed, all in the face of societal pressures and our own inner fears telling us it's too hard and to just give up. Everyone here today represents all of those who stood before us and all of those who will continue to stand after us. You each play a part in righting the wrongs of history, and for that you should be proud and honored. Looking back at history, we can see how far we progressed and how current technologies and tools such as documentaries and social media are accelerating the movement forward at a pace never before seen. Mahatma Gandhi said, "First they ignore you, then they ridicule you, then they fight you, and then you win." Thanks to the hard work laid down by grassroots groups both in the past and present, it is impossible today for anyone to ignore or deny animal rights issues. Collectively, a convergence of health, environmental, and ethical issues as it relates to the use of animals has hit the mainstream. While at the same time, companies are investing more in vegan alternatives for food, clothing, science, and entertainment. Due in large part to the grassroots efforts and documentaries like Earthlings, Forks Over Knives, Blackfish, and Cowspiracy, big industries are being challenged, and they are crumbling in the face of humanity. We are winning this fight, and evidence of this is seen everywhere. Now, vegan documentaries are winning awards and being endorsed by celebrities. Broadcasters are not only reporting on animal rights issues, but seem to be supporting our efforts. Vegan athletes are winning competitions and breaking world records. Popular YouTubers are documenting their journeys and influencing their many followers into veganism. Vegan chefs are winning cooking shows, opening restaurants, and proving that vegan food is a force to be reckoned with. Food corporations are investing in vegan alternatives. Even leather can now be made of pineapples, mushrooms, and bacteria. Science labs are using non-animal models. Marine parks and zoos are losing stock and being shut down. There is no doubt that the future is vegan. So how do we make that future closer? Anthropologist Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." Knowledge is power. But simply having knowledge without sharing it has its limits. That is why simply being vegan is not enough. We need activists to spread the knowledge and have our message heard. The people who hold the power in big industries will be forced to adapt with consumer demand. Therein lies the key to changing the world for animals. Okay, now I'm going to be real. Ottawa doesn't have the best reputation for being loud. We're known to be a little bit on the conservative side. But let's change that today. Let's show our big city neighbors that although we may be smaller in size, our hearts are just as big and our voices just as loud. Let's see how loud Ottawa can be. So let's just practice. Woo! Okay, so you're going to help me with this chant. Alright. Okay. Got a few. Alright, I'm going to say freedom for all, and then I want to hear you with your loudest voices so all the animals can hear that can't be here today.
Let's do it together.
Okay, I'm going to say freedom for all, you say justice for animals. We'll do it twice. Ready? Freedom for all!
Justice for animals!
Freedom for all!
Justice for animals!
Alright, that's awesome, guys. Let's kick some ass today.